Sometimes you go through things and you really don't understand it. You know that something's wrong. And you just can't put your finger on it. So today, I just wanted to mention, I don't know if I'll call this brain dump, but it's something that I have thought about for a while. And I just wanted to share. I'm trying to figure out how to start because I just grabbed the phone out and pressed play. But I came across something today that said DEI didn't earn it. And I think I can talk about me from my experiences where I work and have worked have never been DEI, because going from state to state with each like PCS move, some of my interviews were through the phone or and then a lot of times getting hired and getting in jobs. You find people that are in positions that don't have a clue about what they're doing and how they're doing it, right? To fake it till you make it, and still don't even have a clue how to get it. So I think it's two scenarios I wanted to share from my experience, and then I want to read something about breadcrumbing. And breadcrumbing can happen. A lot of situations that we go through in life, especially, now talking about color, race, politics, it all relates to people, and having relationships with people, family relationships, workplace relationships, business relationships, that whole thing there. And so DEI, I don't know much about it, but like I said, I can share from my experience. Through each PCS move, which is when you get orders from the military, it's time to move to a different state and place. And let's see. So to fully understand, I would say talk to some of the professionals that are licensed personnel that talk about narcissism and breadcrumbing, things of that nature. And the way I see it, and have in certain times of my life experienced this, is when someone continues to give you small things, like you feel like they keep handing you small things or doing small things for you, and you're thinking they're so big because they don't treat you the best, but when they finally do something out of the ordinary, you're like, oh, that's so nice of them. So breadcrumbing. The two situations I wanted to talk about, one is when I get out of a government job, waiting to get back in the system, whether it's through a PCS move or we had moved, it's always a moving deal, right? And so in this case, in between jobs, waiting to get back in the system, I had worked for ABM Industries, a temp job in Orlando, Florida, at the airport, where it was at the car auction place where you park the cars and you drive them into the auction when they have the auction. You know, they have different setups where they go through the cleaning process. You drive them through there. When they go through different areas, right? And in the airport, we would sit on the vans to take us from one part of the airport to another. And it was so freaking sad because it was mainly a Hispanic organization. The managers, everybody there. It was like, you're going to learn Spanish. You're going to learn how to speak Spanish because, you know, we're not going to speak nothing else to you. I was like, not when you try to force me like that. But anyway, on the vans going from one part of the airport to the other, you would see the older black guys and they would say, Emily, ma'am, this is what happened, and yeah, they treated this one bad, and they just treated black people bad. The stories I heard, it was disgusting. It was fucking disgusting. And they wasn't treated fairly. And they would fire them real quick. They would it was disgusting. I didn't So they would tell me all types of stories. Another thing this here reminds me of is maybe about a little over 3 years ago. This is when I first started looking into things about owning businesses and blah, blah, blah. And I would join master classes. And I remember someone at work was like, they wanted to start this business. I said, no problem. I'm going to go to this master class. I'm going to ask, you know, how do they get started? How they get their money? Different things. I forgot what I asked. And a white dude got on and he said, what you need to do is they have black organizations for black people. And that made me blow a gasket because I know better. I know these black organizations, they don't get money. And if they do get money, they're not being put within the community for the right things and the right people and just doing for the community the right way. Somebody must have read my feelings through what I was typing back. And gave some resources that I had no idea about, and I was able to give that to the person that was inquiring about it. There's a lot. One thing we do know is we're going to have hate. We're going to have pulling the wool over the eye. And the only thing I can say is do what has always been taught not to do. Because you can get killed back in the day if you were caught reading, if you were caught learning, things of that nature. Educate yourself as much as you can. And ask questions as much as you can. Love the hell out of yourself. Because ain't nobody else gonna do it for you. So with that, let me read something on breadcrumbing that I typed in, even though a lot of these things that are put into AI, Wikipedia, want you to it's biased, right? And but for the most part, that's what I'm gonna use today, because some of it resonates with what I have learned from this far from clinical psychologists and things of that nature. All right, here we go. So breadcrumbing. It says here that breadcrumbing is a manipulative behavior, right? Where someone gives minimal, sporadic attention to keep another person interested without any intention of committing to a relationship. This could be intimate relationship, business relationship, workplace relationship, co-worker relationship, neighbor relationship, family relationship, people. This causes emotional distress for the recipient, as they may hold on to false hope while being strung along. And you'll hear people talk about future faking as well. And here they say holding on to false hope while being strung along. Here's a breadcrumb here, here's a little something there, a little bit more to keep you loyal to me. So, steps to handle breadcrumbing without becoming evil, wicked, insidious in nature like them. Recognize the behavior. Identify patterns like inconsistent communication, vague plans, or attention only when it's convenient for them. So just by recognizing these behaviors, the ongoing behaviors, those things that bring up red flags. Number 2, it says here, set boundaries. Clearly communicate your expectations and needs. If they fail to meet them, consider stepping away. Say la vie, baby. Time to go. You don't even have to tell them. You just prepare in your mind and prepare yourself of how you're going to get away. Number 3 is prioritize self-worth. Remind yourself that you deserve genuine connections. Avoid seeking validation from someone who doesn't reciprocate your efforts. Number 4, focus on personal growth. Engage in activities that boost your confidence and well-being, such as hobbies, therapy, supportive relationships. All that feeling down and thinking about taking yourself out or taking out another life. When you focus on yourself, you become so happy. I'm not talking about conceited. I'm not talking about selfless and not, thinking about other people. When you worry and think about your hobbies, what makes you happy, what makes you laugh, what makes your mental good by getting the therapy that you need and building those supportive relationships. Number 5 is detach emotionally. Stop overanalyzing their actions and redirect your energy toward healthier prospects. I interpret that as fuck them. Fuck them. Get the hell away. If and when you feel safe to do so, if and when you feel wealthy enough to do so, if and when you feel as though you can stand by yourself to do so, when you are ready, not when someone else tells you. So by focusing on self-respect and clear boundaries, you can protect your mental health without resorting to these type of manipulative behaviors. And that's it. Peace.